The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win. That's a quote from Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player to ever grace an NBA stage. One thing I like about this quote is, especially in regards to overcoming an addiction, fighting for your life of sobriety, is you have to remember that when you're working to live an alcohol-free life, there are going to be times when you may relapse. There'll be times when you'll have problems, struggles, right? You'll have to start over again, start at day one. But what you don't ever want to do is give up. You also have to remember that a lot of the outside pressure leading you to your addiction, not all, of course you have your internal pressures, but you also have a whole lobby. In the case of me and my sobriety or your sobriety, it's the liquor lobby, right? Fighting to get you to relapse. Right? You have your internal struggles where, yes, you may use alcohol as a coping mechanism, right? You may use alcohol as a way of escape, right? So you have all of these internal struggles you're dealing with, but you also have to remember that there is a whole lobby, there is a whole sector and whole industry that benefits from your failure, from your giving up, for your, alcoholism or addiction. They benefit from it. So there is an outside pressures and there are outside things that are doing their best to work against your own fight for sobriety, right? And for that reason, you never want to give up because you don't want to give them that victory. The victory is yours to have, yours to keep, but it ultimately is yours to fight for. You're going to have to fight for it. And you have to realize that if you don't fight for it and you give up, you're giving the opposition that win. When you go and purchase that alcohol, right, you're giving the alcohol lobby that wants you to be inebriated, that doesn't care if you crash your car or end your life, drunk driving or kill somebody else drunk driving. They don't care about that. They care about selling you another bottle of liquor, right? Drug lords and even the pharmaceutical lobby. You have a lot of people that are addicted to prescription drugs. And so you have a legal, prescription drug lobby that would love for you to be addicted to oxycodone or whatever, any of these other prescription drugs, right? Codeine, pills. And so when you're trying to wean yourself off of these things, you have to remember that there are there's whole outside industries that benefit, that benefit from your struggles. And so you don't want to give them that win, right? First, you need to look internally to fight with the things within you that are causing you to lead you to this addiction. But you must also realize that there are outside entities that are working to get you off track. So you have to be cognizant of that. You have to be wary of outside friends who may be addicted to the same things you used to be addicted to that are trying to get you back in that addicted mind state, right? You have to be wary of the types of things that you watch, the types of things that you listen to. I always say you have to be very cognizant of the things that enter the 7 holes in your face: your mouth, your eyes, your ears, your nose, right? These are where outside influences come in. And you have to be that gatekeeper to not allow yourself to be subjected to these things, right? People, television, media, radio, emotions, right? That can get you from the inside out, right? You have to be very cognizant of this because if not, you will give up. And if you give up, they win. And we are not going to let them win. Some of you end up giving up because you struggle and you don't talk to anybody. You don't get therapy. You don't let other people know that you are struggling. Sometimes self-disclosure can be the difference between you finding and achieving that sobriety that you've wanted and you losing it because you're suffering in silence whether it's because of pride, ego, shame. You've got to let all of that go. Okay? You may need to get therapy. Many of us, really, we all need therapy. Okay? One way or the another for something. And if you are, addicted to anything, definitely can benefit from some therapy, from getting some help, right? If you don't know who to speak to, make your purpose finding somebody. Make your purpose, vetting therapists, if that's what it is. Like for me, I prefer therapists that look like me. It's just my personal choice, right? Other people may have different parameters, but find someone you can speak with. Find someone you can talk about your trials, your tribulations, your struggles with. And from an outside perspective, they may be able to give you some information that you're not going to come up with on your own, so that you won't give up, so that you will go another day or try again after a relapse. All right? Because when you don't, they win. And they being the outside industry that is manufacturing whatever it is you're addicted to, that makes money off of you being in pain, being in sorrow, seeking to escape, right? And indulge in these negative substances and negative activities, right? So there's something for you to think about. Remember, you've got internal struggles you're dealing with, but you've also got outside entities that would benefit from, your addiction. And you want to be able to fight those and recognize them. Sometimes it can be your own family. Sometimes it can be what you see on TV, what the music you listen to, the books you read, or the fact that you don't read, right? What you subject yourself to. Think about when you're on YouTube. What do you watch a lot of? Okay, what are you consuming? What are you allowing to pass the gates of your eyes? What are you allowing to pass through the gates of your ears without discernment? You want to practice discernment, right? Some things may feel good, some things may sound good, some things may look good, but that does not mean that they are good. They may be Trojan horses for the enemy, and you need to make sure that you're cognizant of that. And sometimes it may take somebody else telling you, and that's where disclosure, being vulnerable, opening yourself up, going to an AA meeting and talking to other people can help you, because from the outside, just like a satellite thousands of miles away can see things that you may not be able to see up front and up close, right? That distance gives people a wider view of things, right? And so we need that. You need that as well. And that's why I would say, speaking and talking to other people is one of the most powerful tools that you can use in your attempt to find sobriety. All right. Make sure you're listening as well when you get good advice, even if it's advice you don't want to hear, like, hey, maybe you should diet. Hey, maybe you should stop doing this. Hey, maybe you don't need to go over there, even though you like going over there because it puts you in an area for potential harm. Right? These are some of the things that you need to think about, all right? And remember that when you give up, they win. So if nothing else, even if you fail Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on Friday, get your ass back up again and fail again in spectacular fashion if you need to. But it's better to try and to fail than to not try at all, than to just lay down. Because once you do, they win and you lose, all right? And there's no need for you to be taking any permanent lifelong L's. Fight for that lifelong W. All right. Hope you guys have a good one. Hope this pours into you. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, or whatever. Pass this on to somebody who may need to hear a good word. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope it pours into you. And until next time, peace.